Did you know that a single NBA team costs more than the biggest cruise ship on Earth? And yet, every year, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars paying their players without somehow going broke. Is this some game that these billionaires like to play? Or is this a secret strategy that they know and you don't? Well, if you guessed that, you might be right. So today, we're digging into the bank accounts of NBA teams in order to find out the real hidden truth. Okay, well, if you've ever been to an NBA game, you might have already answered one of the secrets. It's when you buy a ticket. Think about it. You're not the only one buying a ticket, but over 20,000 more people are. So if you do the math, it adds up to a lot of money. For example, the Chicago Bulls often led the league in attendance, drawing over 20,000 fans per game on average. Those ticket purchases add up very quickly. Just think, if an average ticket costs, let's say $100, 20,000 fans would generate about $2 million from one game. And teams have 41 home games in a regular season, not counting the playoffs. No wonder even a mid-sized arena can generate tens of millions of dollars a year from tickets alone. But it's not just the ticket price, it's also everything fans spend once they're inside. Teams make money on concessions like popcorn, hot dogs, and drinks, programs, and sometimes parking fees. In fact, taking a family of 4 to an NBA game, buying some of the cheapest tickets plus parking and snacks costs about $320 on average. That's a lot of cash for one night out, and a big chunk of it goes to the team and arena. So every game night, the team earns money not only from the people coming through the doors, but also from what those people buy while they're there. Of course, ticket sales can depend on how good the team is and the size of the market, and a team like the New York Knicks can charge premium prices because they play in a huge city and a famous arena. In the 2024-25 season, the Knicks had the most expensive tickets in the NBA, with the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors right behind them. Fans are willing to pay a lot to see those teams, whether for their historic legacy or the star players. And even if a team isn't winning championships, if they have loyal fans or a big city, ticket revenue remains a crucial and dependable income stream. Still, in today's NBA, tickets are just one slice of the pie. Surprisingly, ticket sales are no longer the biggest moneymaker for teams. That title belongs to something even more far-reaching: media and TV deals. Ever wonder why you can watch NBA games on TV almost every night? It's because TV networks pay huge money for the rights to broadcast those games. These media rights deals are actually the NBA's largest source of income. In the past, networks like ESPN, ABC, and TNT paid billions of dollars to show games nationally. The last TV deal from 2016 to 2025, in a span of 9 years, paid the NBA about $2.66 billion each season to broadcast games. And starting in 2025, a brand new deal is even bigger. The NBA signed an 11-year, $76 billion agreement with Disney, ESPN, ABC, NBC, and Amazon to show games on TV and stream them online. That works out to roughly $6.9 billion per year just from TV and streaming rights. For comparison, a decade or two ago, those numbers were far lower. But live sports are so valuable now that networks will pay top dollar to air them, because games still draw big audiences in real time. This TV money is typically shared across all 30 teams, meaning every franchise gets a hefty cut. Beyond national broadcasts, many teams also have local TV deals. For example, a team might partner with a regional sports network to televise their games to local fans, bringing in additional millions of dollars per year. The LA Lakers famously struck a local TV deal worth about $3 billion over 20 years, which was a while back. And other teams have their own local media deals too. Combined with the national contracts, these arrangements mean each team gets tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars a year from TV alone. But why are these deals so massive? Because live NBA games are must-watch entertainment. Unlike a TV show that people might DVR and skip commercials, sports happens live. If you don't watch it as it happens, you'll miss the excitement. Advertisers love that, and so do networks. So networks charge high prices for commercials during games, and they can only do that if they secure the rights to show the games in the first place. It's a big cycle. Networks pay the NBA big bucks, the NBA gives them games to air, advertisers pay the networks, and fans get to enjoy the action at home. This is why even if an arena isn't full, the team still makes money, because millions might be watching on screens around the world. To put it in perspective, the NBA's latest media deal of $6.9 billion a year is so large that it alone could average out to over $200 million per team each year. That's more than most teams spend on their players' salaries. Little of a surprise, right? And then that media rights are the financial backbone of the league, but a guaranteed stream of TV money makes owning a team a pretty safe bet. And if you've ever watched an NBA game or visited an arena, you've seen the brand logos everywhere, on the court, on the jerseys, and all around the arena signage. Those are corporate sponsors, and they pay a fortune to be associated with the NBA teams and players. In the 2024-25 season, the NBA as a whole generated a record $1.62 billion from corporate sponsorships. That's money from deals with big companies for things like arena naming rights, official partnerships, and even the small jersey pack logos teams started wearing in recent years. Think of a team like the Golden State Warriors. They play in the Chase Center, named after Chase Bank, which paid for that naming right. Their jerseys have a Rakuten logo patch, a sponsorship deal reportedly worth $20 million per year. And across the leagues, banks and financial companies are the biggest sponsors. They love to put their name on things like arenas or be the official bank of a team. But tech companies, airlines, and soda brands also spend big to get their names in front of fans. When you see a State Farm arena or Crypto.com arena or any arena named after a company, that company is paying the team millions of dollars every year. For instance, the former Staples Center in Los Angeles became Crypto.com Arena in a deal reportedly worth $700 million over 20 years. A huge sponsorship windfall for the Lakers and Clippers who play there, but now they don't. Then there's something called league-wide sponsors. The NBA has deals with companies like Nike for jerseys and apparel and other major brands. In 2017, Nike took over as the official uniform maker for the NBA, and that deal was originally worth about $1 billion a year to the league. It has since been extended for 12 more years at an even higher price. Nike and other apparel sponsors also drive merchandise sales, which we'll cover next. But it's clear that simply having corporate partners brings in a ton of cash. When you attend a game, you might get a giveaway sponsored by a company, like a free t-shirt with a sponsor's logo, or if you see contests during timeouts, like you have to hit a half-court shot to win a car, it's sponsored by a car dealership.
Here we go! 5 G's! Make some noise! We want you to win this! Patrick! Yes! Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, yes!
All those are examples of how embedded sponsors are in the NBA experience. But why do companies pay so much? Because the NBA's audience is huge and often young and engaged. A brand that partners with an NBA team gains credibility and visibility. So whether it's branding on the court, a logo on a player's jersey, or being the official beer or phone of the team, companies invest big money. And in return, teams enjoy another steady revenue stream. Fun fact, even international sponsors are jumping in. You might notice on the court or broadcast some logos of companies from China or Europe. That's because the NBA's reach is global, so teams and the league can even sell sponsorships globally. All told, the flashy ads and logos translate into real dollars that help teams balance their books. If you walk into any sporting goods store or browse online, and you'll find NBA jerseys, hats, shoes, and countless other merchandise for sale. Every time a fan buys a team's jersey or a hoodie with the team logo, the team and the league are making money. Merchandising is a key revenue stream, and it not only makes money directly, but it also spreads the brand of the team far and wide. For example, the NBA's partnership with Nike means every team's official jerseys and gear are made by Nike, and Nike pays the NBA over $1 billion a year for that privilege. Part of that payment then gets shared with teams, and on top of that, players who have signature shoe deals like LeBron, Kevin Durant, or Giannis also help drive merchandise sales. Both kids and fans want to wear the same shoes or jerseys as the stars. Nike reportedly controls about 90% of the US basketball shoe market, and a lot of those are NBA player branded shoes, which is a very lucrative business for both Nike and the NBA. But it's not just the big national deals. There are some teams that have their own merchandise operations too. At the arena team store or on the team's website, they sell all kinds of gear, from $15 foam fingers to $300 authentic jerseys. On game nights, you'll see fans lined up to buy the newest gear, especially if the team is doing well or a new star player has joined. Those merchandise sales can spike after something exciting, like a championship win. Everyone's suddenly only wants championship hats and shirts, or a popular player trait. Teams also benefit from global merchandise sales, and the NBA is popular worldwide. You can find Lakers or Bulls jerseys being worn by fans on the streets of Paris, Manila, or Shanghai. When Yao Ming from China played for the Houston Rockets, the Rockets' merchandise sales in China exploded. The NBA capitalizes on this by promoting gear overseas and even running NBA stores in other countries. All of those sales funnel back into the league and the teams through licensing fees. One surprising note, even video games and toys provide merchandising income. The NBA 2K video game series, for example, pays licensing fees to use team names and players. And if you see an action figure of a famous player or a trading card pack, a portion of those sales goes to the league and teams. In short, every jersey, cap, or sneaker sold not only makes a fan happy, but it also makes the team's owner happy because it's more revenue for them. Merchandise connects the fans to the team and turns fandom into profit, and a popular team can generate huge merchandise numbers. But besides all of that, NBA players are among the highest paid athletes in the world. Every team has a roster of around 15 players, and the best players often have contracts paying $30, $40, even $50 million per year. For example, Stephen Curry earns over $50 million in the 2023-24 season, and with such high salaries, you might wonder how teams can afford them. The key to this is salary cap. It's a limit on how much each team can spend on player salaries. The cap is determined by the league revenues from the previous season, and right now, the NBA salary cap is in the ballpark of around $134 million and rising each year, with a projection of about $155 million for 2025-26. Each team must pay their players at least 90% of the cap, and they can't usually go above the cap unless they use certain exceptions. But wait, even after that, NBA teams skyrocket in value from the years to come. Let's look at some crazy examples. Perhaps the most famous one is Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban bought the Mavericks 25 years ago for $285 million. At the time, the team wasn't even very good, but Cuban, who is a savvy tech billionaire, saw the potential. He spent money to improve the team and the fan experience, and they even won a championship 11 years later. Fast forward to today, Cuban recently sold a majority stake in the Mavericks, valuing the team at around $3.5 billion. But he's not alone, because in 2014, former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer bought the Los Angeles Clippers for $2 billion, a record price at that time. People were shocked. $2 billion for the Clippers, a team with no championships and a smaller fan base compared to the Lakers. But Ballmer believed in the NBA's growth, and sure enough, by 2024, the Clippers were valued at about $5.5 billion according to Forbes. Thanks to the overall league growth and a new arena Ballmer is building, that's a huge increase in just a decade. Another insane case is the Golden State Warriors. In 2010, Joe Lacob and Peter Guber bought the Warriors for $450 million. Back then, it was considered a high price, but after winning multiple championships, moving to a new arena, and riding the NBA's popularity, the Warriors became the most valuable franchise, and by 2025, estimates put the Warriors' value somewhere between $7 and $9 billion, the highest in the league. Just think about that. From under $500 million to potentially near $9 billion in 15 years, the owner's initial investment looks tiny compared to that current value. And in the end, an NBA team is more than just a sports team. It's the center of an entertainment empire, part live event, part media content, part fashion brand, part community asset, literally everything you can ask for. The business of basketball is booming because the love of basketball is booming, and as long as people around the world shout "Go Team Go" and shoot hoops in their driveway dreaming of the NBA, the league and its teams will keep finding ways to score big, not just on the court, but on the money side as well. And now you know the playbook of how they do it. So if you, yes you personally enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it means a lot. Comment down below your favorite NBA team and how much you think they're worth without me telling you, as well as YouTube really thinks you're gonna like the video that's gonna pop up. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.